If you haven't reached your natural hair goals yet and you're interested in healthier and longer natural hair, you should definitely incorporate scalp massages into your routine. There are many different ways that you can massage your scalp for hair growth, but in today's video, I'll be going over 3 different techniques that you can use to increase your hair growth. If you haven't seen last week's video already about scalp massages and all about scalp health, you should definitely check that video out after you finish this one, because healthy scalps grow healthy hair. Okay? So before we get into techniques, just to educate my natural hair girlies, the scalp has many different layers. Most of the crown of our scalp is known as the Gallia apnerotica, but don't worry, that name's not super important to what we're doing here today. The Gallia apnerotica, which is on the crown of our scalp, is connected to various different muscles in the front, on the sides, and in the back of our heads. And just like all the rest of the muscles that are in our bodies, these muscles that are attached to our scalp also expand and contract. This scalp stretching and compressing can cause tension over time. I understand that when we touch our scalp, it just seems like there's skin and there's bone, but our scalp does have all of these different layers. The tension on our scalp can cause low-grade inflammation, it can reduce hair thickness, and it can cause hair loss if untreated. Fortunately, one of the ways that you can maintain a healthy scalp is through scalp massages. They're free of charge, and I'm going to show you 3 different techniques that you can use on yourself. Scalp massages in and of themselves aren't new at all. It's something that's existed for thousands and thousands of years, but modern science is starting to catch up a little bit. I'll attach some articles on screen so that you can see what's the latest. The recorded findings are still slim, but what is clear and proven is that scalp massages increase thickness. And I can also definitely attest to say that scalp massages have helped me increase my hair growth as well. So on to technique number 1. So technique number 1 is probably the one that you're most familiar with. It's the one that pretty much like everyone does. It's when you take your fingertips and you go in and you just kind of like massage your scalp like so. You can do this for 1 to 2 minutes all over your scalp until you feel blood flow. And you know that you'll kind of feel a little blood flow because your scalp, it'll feel a little tingly. And when you're doing this method, you want to make sure that you use your fingertips and not your nails, because again, your scalp has all those layers and it's so complex, you don't want to irritate the skin on your scalp. Now, I will say, doing that method where you just kind of like scrub your scalp with your fingertips until you feel tingling on your scalp is not the best way to massage your scalp. And depending on what hairstyle you have, it can prematurely mess up your style just because you're like tugging at the hairs that are tucked away. For example, if you had cornrows or if you had mini twists or something like that, you're just gonna cause unnecessary disturbance to the style. And we don't need that. So there is a more effective way, and my favorite way to massage my scalp is technique number 2. So technique number 2 is referred to as the scalp over skull method. This is by far my absolute favorite way to massage my scalp. Technique number 1 is considered the roughest. Technique number 2 is more gentle. And then technique number 3 is so gentle to the point that it's almost meditative. But if you're wondering what is the scalp over skull method, I'm gonna tell you. So for technique number 2, the easiest way to explain this is that you're going to take the palm of your hand and you're going to put it on your scalp and you're going to apply pressure. So if you take the palm of your hand, you are going to put it here and you're going to apply pressure to the point that you can move your scalp. Now, you're not going to like try to press your head in. You're going to be gentle, but you're just going to be applying enough pressure so that there's a force. So once you have your hand on your scalp, you're going to move your scalp literally over your skull, like so as how I'm doing right now. You can see how my scalp was just moving. That's exactly what you want to do all over your head. And when you are able to understand how to do it with the palm of your hands, you can then transition to use your fingertips. But the motion that you're going to do is either back and forth, moving your scalp over your skull, or you're gonna do more of a circular rotative motion. I'm gonna take my fingertips now and I'm just gonna press down and apply pressure, and then I'm going to move my scalp back and forth. I like this method the best because there's less disturbance to your hairstyle until you see your new growth, because you will see your new growth and then your style, it'll be gone. My mini twist definitely grew out very quickly using this method. But that's what we want, right? If you're trying to reach your hair goals and get to your next hair level, you know, you're gonna have to do your hair a little bit more often, or you're just gonna have to embrace the frizz and embrace the new growth. So if you feel like there's a tighter spot on your scalp where your scalp doesn't move as much across your skull, that probably is an indicator that you have tension. And you can either try to massage it like so, or you can try the shifting method up and down. But you'll notice that over time, your scalp will be a little bit looser, and that's good for blood flow. That's also good for helping all the nutrients reach those areas of your scalp that are, you know, tighter and under tension. So before we continue on to technique number 3, I have a brief announcement. So next month is my birthday month. You could give me a birthday gift by subscribing to my channel. But also I wanted to say that I'm starting up a mailing list for all of my natural hair girlies. In this mailing list, I'll be including natural hair tips, hairstyle tips, and I'll be giving brief commentary on anything that you know is happening in the hair community or in the natural hair community. I'm gonna officially start the mailing list in July, but I'm gonna send a little precursor in the month of June, just to anyone who's interested in signing up so you can get a taste of what's to come. I'm also gonna start selling digital products soon. I want you all to really be able to succeed on your hair growth journeys, on your healthy hair journeys. So one of the things that I've created so far that everyone has free access to who watched this video is a scalp massage template. This will help you on your journey to really track all of your progress to make sure that you're doing your scalp massages. I'll put a preview here on screen of what it looks like. So if you click the link in the description box, you can become a part of the mailing list and you'll get the first scalp massage digital template for free. And it's really just a tool to help you track your hair growth through your scalp massages, because like with any goal, step 1 is to plan and step 2 is to execute. So this template is really a tool to help you all execute step 1 of reaching your natural hair goals or your healthy hair goals. Thank you all for watching so far. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. So technique number 3 comes from the practice of Ayurveda. For those of you that may be unfamiliar with Ayurveda, I do have a few videos already on my channel. Some of those videos are on Amla, Brahmi, and Shikakai. Those can be used as hair growth aids and many other things. So I'll leave all of those videos in the description box as well, so you can check those out. But basically, Ayurveda is a holistic and healthy and natural way to approach healing the body. Technique number 3 focuses on pressure points, which are also known as marma points. And when these pressure points are pressed and massaged, it increases blood flow to our scalp and therefore increases our hair growth potential. These pressure points are connected to our central nervous system, so massaging these pressure points is not only great for hair growth, but it's great for reducing stress, reducing tension, reducing insomnia, and also reducing depression. Now, our bodies are so complex and everything is connected. So I'll go over technique number 3 in the best way that I know how, but I will give you all resources down in the description box so that you can look further into this technique of pressing on your pressure points for yourselves. I also want to note that this is not my culture. I just take little things here and there from the Ayurvedic practice because I find that it's helpful and beneficial to me. I'm gonna leave a video link down below to someone who is a part of this culture and who does practice this on a regular basis. This pressure point massage can be broken up into 8 stages. And I just want to remind you all that throughout, as you're doing this, to take deep breaths and to regulate your breathing. And this will feel like your face is alive, like your scalp is alive, because you'll be increasing the blood flow. And that's great for your skin, for cell turnover, and it's also great for what we're talking about in reducing scalp tension so that you can increase your hair growth and your hair thickness. So I'm gonna demonstrate this next part in real time so that you all can see it. If you're interested in following along, please do. I have all of the steps written down and I'll put as much as I can on screen. But before you do this, if you'd like to follow along with me, please do wash your hands since you will be touching your face and you'll be touching your scalp. Let's do it.